What's up guys, me again, and I sure do love this normal day. I really hope nothing goes wrong. Oh my god! It's happening! What are we gonna do? Well, it looks like the power's gonna be out for a while. I managed to find a backup light that is just a little lantern you plug batteries in. It's there, trust me. But you know, with this whole storm thing happening, it's given me a pretty wacky little idea.
The idea of natural disasters was always something that kind of fascinated me. I'm not really sure why, but the idea of nature doing stuff just to destroy other things for no reason is an interesting phenomenon to me. But obviously when a storm strikes, the general public is entitled to knowing what said disaster is happening. This is when something called the emergency broadcast system comes into play. An alert meant to warn the general public through TV, radio, phones, just wherever they can get a hold of people. Now, every country has their own method of doing this. It's not like everybody had to listen to this. No. So I decided, like any sane person would do, to rank them on the tried and true tier list. I originally got this idea when I came across this video by a user called 11 Cent. He made these two compilations of a bunch of emergency broadcast systems just throughout the world. So if you're into this sort of thing, I would recommend checking them out.
So we're going to be watching these emergency broadcast systems and ranking them on a tier list. Just to reiterate, emergency alert systems kind of vary, like, a lot in different, like, times they were recorded. So I just found this video on YouTube, so it's literally just like a bunch of emergency broadcast systems through different countries through different times. So what time, it could vary, but I'm just watching what's in the video and ranking it based on that. So yeah, let's start with the classic American one that you just heard.
National Weather Service in Morristown has issued a tornado warning for Anderson County, Knox County, Morgan County, Rowan County until 9:45 p.m.
Alright, so this is one that I know very well because I live in America. I don't know it like very well, but like I know it. I didn't live in like Tornado Alley, but like there was tornadoes like once in a while, but they never like came to me, but they still have to play it. But I know this one. I think it's fairly effective. The noise and the like automated voice thing can be a little bit, I think it can make you panic a little. It's a very panic moment, which I guess is like the point of an alarm, is to make you panic, like, oh god, there's something happening. Pretty decent alarm, I'd say, overall. Well, I'll put it on B tier.
The previous deal between teachers and the province.
Event type is tornado. For Lindsay, Southern Kawartha Lakes. For Newmarket, Georgina, Northern York region.
Okay, so Canada's kind of got the same thing that America's got going on. It's just like a loud noise and then the kind of automated robot sounding voice. It's a little less panicky than the other one, but it's still not like my favorite, I guess. I think it's better than America's, but I wouldn't say it's like an A tier. Okay, so how about this? America is like C tier, Canada's like B. Well, God, see that? They're both B tier. We'll just say they're both B tier. They're both kind of the same anyway.
Seguimos al aire aquí en Foro TV, seguimos transmitiendo en vivo aquí en Televisa y todas las ediciones. Tenemos la gente, por supuesto, a salir. Se sigue sintiendo. Salga con calma. Pareciera que está aminorando ligera.
Okay, so this one I believe looks like to be just like a news broadcast. I mean, there's kind of an alert sound to it. Like most of it is just him talking. I don't know okay, I don't want to sound like I'm an uninformed idiot or anything, but like I don't know what the context is, if like it was another show on and then it was interrupted by this newscaster, if this is just an already news thing and then they just started talking about it. But from what I'm seeing, I think I'd rank this as like a C tier, I would say. I think I'd put it as like a C tier, because like there's nothing to really get your attention. I mean, I guess if you're like in Mexico and you hear the guy saying like, hey, there's this thing going on, it would get your attention anyway. But like I think overall it's I'd say C tier on Mexico.
緊急地震速報です。強い揺れに警戒してください。緊急地震速報です。強い揺れに警戒してください。
See, Japan has got it right. Because it's a sound to get your attention, and then it's not like hey, panic, like it's just like, hey, you know, there's an earthquake coming. Maybe be aware of that. It's not to make you like, oh god, you're gonna die in like 10 seconds kind of thing, you know? I think my only complaint is I would make the sound a little louder-ish to maybe get your attention a little better, because that's not really something that it's like, I don't know, I don't live in Japan, but it's not something like if I was in the kitchen, for example, and then I heard that, I'd be like, oh god, oh fuck, what's happening, like the America or Canada one. Overall, I think I would say Japan has got an A tier.
Hello, John Sluter again from the Bureau with the latest situation on Tropical Cyclone Nancy. A short time ago, she was approximately 170 kilometres northeast of Tewantin, moving in a southwesterly direction at around 50 kilometres an hour. Now, at this rate, she's expected to cross the coast between Tewantin and Cape Morton. I'll be back again in 1 hour with another update. See you then.
Australia, I like how Australia is like, whoa! Look at this, there's a cyclone! Like an early 2000s like MTV special or something. Overall though, I think that is a really good one, because there's a noise to get your attention like, whoa, there's a cyclone. And then the guy, a very sophisticated man, like, here's a cyclone, here's what you need to do, and that's it. He'll be back in an hour to discuss more. I think that's an S tier broadcast system, honestly. I like that one a lot.
Before a disaster hits, you need to be prepared. You need survival items, a getaway kit, and a plan for your family. You also need to recognize this civil defense warning sound on your radio. If a disaster occurs, you'll hear this sound on the radio.
Well, a lot of that was just him describing what it would be, which I suppose is a good thing. That sound is definitely attention-getting, and I'm gonna say A tier. I think if I had seen it like in action and I had known maybe what it would sound like, it would be S tier, because overall I think it's pretty good, but just because it was mostly explanations and like the sound, that's an A tier, because from what he's describing, it sounds like a good alarm. It like gets your attention, and then, you know, it'll tell you like, hey, so that's an A tier. Good job. New Zealand, you get an A tier.
This is the Wartime Broadcasting Service. This country has been attacked with nuclear weapons. Communications have been severely disrupted, and the number of casualties and the extent of the damage are not yet known. We shall bring you further information as soon as possible. Meanwhile, stay tuned to this wavelength, stay calm, and stay in your own house.
It was very nice. It was a very nice, very calming voice, right? But I didn't hear a sound to get your attention. I mean, I guess if you hear on the radio, like, this country has been attacked, then, like, yeah, obviously, that'll get your attention. But, like, I feel like you need a little something. UK, I think you get a B tier. No, C tier. Just, well, yeah, C tier. Just because no sound. If it had a sound, maybe, like, B tier, maybe A tier, maybe even S tier. I don't know.
Do not be alarmed. You have just heard the important message signal of the public warning system sounded in support of Total Defense Day.
That's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie. The sound, then there's a voice. It's pretty good. You know what? S tier. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. That's a pretty good one.
Here follows a government announcement. The National Emergency Coordination Group has issued the following notices. A red weather alert is in force for the entire country for Monday 16th of October. Hurricane force winds are expected in every county.
It was okay. I mean, that's like C tier. Like, I don't know. It wasn't, there was nothing to get that was like a C tier. That was a C tier alert system to me. Ireland. That was like a C tier. That was a not very good one to me. It was just like, there was no sound, there was nothing really to get your attention. I mean, like, I say that to a lot of these, but like, obviously if you hear a broadcast saying like, there's a bomb or something, like, it's gonna get your attention, but like, you need something, because like, what if you're in the kitchen and like, you just hear a voice, but it's like muffled, like, well, Jimmy's watching SpongeBob, but like, if you hear like a loud noise, like, oh, that's not SpongeBob, so Ireland, you get this. Actually, you know what? No, Ireland, you get a D tier, honestly. You get a D tier. Well, I think I ranked another one C tier. I don't remember. And you know what? It's my tier list. D tier, Ireland. So that was some emergency broadcast systems ranked on a tier list. This is the official tier list. This is the official one. No one else can say anything. I have the final say. My opinion is objective fact. Man, I hope the power comes back on soon. Wow, that was a wacky coincidence. I really hope it doesn't go out again. I really need to stop saying exactly what I want not to happen.